Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your mid-month check-in for February. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a one-on-one session with me, link is down in the description box below, as well as information about all the decks I have used, how to donate if you'd like to send a little love offering, as well as a link to my upcoming tarot intensive group. So if like to learn more about the tarot, check out that link. It'll be super fun. It's a subscription-based program. It's an intensive, so we're going to be going through the ins and outs culturally, in terms of symbolism, numerology, as well as the basic understanding of tarot. I don't know. I'm just being goofy. Anyways, I was working from bed yesterday, but I decided it would be more advantageous for me in terms of workflow to come back to my desk. So here we are. Decided to get all dolled up today and look nice. Feeling very colorful. So today I'm going to start off with some oracle cards from the Swatches of Chakra oracle deck, which is super fun. For those of you that are familiar, it kind of reminds me when I used to do the Kaleidoscopes on a monthly basis, which was a lot of fun for me. I may go back to doing that again at some point. Okay, so Taurus, what we have here, the three cards that came out, we have psychic abilities, dealing with that third eye center, dreams, also dealing with the third eye, as well as stability and security. So you could be that because I will say I've also been kind of experiencing this myself, not to project too much, but over the course of February, I've been having really intense, wild dreams. Lots of stuff with regards to my past, and not necessarily people that I've gotten along with in my past. So I feel like I've been processing a lot of things in terms of my own security and presence and sense of self that I've adopted from my own personal history, and really working that out in the astral space. What I'm also feeling here is really third eye activation. But what we understand about energetics is that the chakras run up and they run down. But it's really important to maintain that root chakra. So if you are feeling insecure, if you're feeling unstable, you're not present, it's going to affect the quality of energy in the rest of your body in your third eye. So if you're feeling like there's a lot of releasing going on, you've been taking the extra effort to ground, and I know you, Taurus, you like, to get your senses engaged. You like the creative nature of taking care of oneself and dealing with things that are on more of a physical level, things that you can touch and interact with your body. And this could be really allowing you to open up more in terms of your psychic vision and in terms of the vision that you set forth to achieve. Because I'm not just thinking about dreams here, I'm also thinking about daydreaming, not just the average I go to bed and I dream. It's more of daydreaming. What can you dream up? And now that you're a little more aligned and in tune, and determined, now that spring's approaching and all of that stuff, you're able to start creating a vision that allows you to feel like you're on the precipice of a new chapter regarding your own security, regarding yourself as a leader, and getting really passionate, focused, and doing the work to make things happen. Whereas before, maybe you haven't been as engaged as you'd like to be. So with psychic abilities, we have the card growth here. So definitely feeling some expansion in that. Also with this growth card, what I'm feeling is maybe you've had a bit of an inkling, some type of little voice or little idea of something that was to come, but it was really unclear, not really sure, but you had the feeling of it, you had the sense of it. And it's almost like, with this green, I'm definitely thinking heart chakra energy. And I feel like you've been allowing yourself to feel more compassion for yourself and others, to really be willing to be more present, to slow down, and to let things grow in their own time. Because then behind that, we have trust and we have peace. So you're making peace and maybe reinventing yourself kind of as a leader, maybe what it means to be a passionate leader, changing the ways in terms of your dynamics with others, even with yourself. and you're dreaming up a world that involves more trust. You're able to be really present for it. You're able to give yourself space as well as other space to create, depending on whether you're an individual or part of a team. And when there's gray areas, you're less likely to react or respond in ways that you have before. I also feel like maybe you've put on a lot of work onto your own shoulders in order to allow things to open up, for what feels like a new beginning, what feels like a new chapter. And also, I'm getting the sense here that there's some type of investment that you're kind of putting off into someone else's hands. It's like something that you've really poured yourself into, and now it's time to kind of like, I don't know if you're like just blessing someone with a gift or something maybe that you've created, but there's something there, and you see that this is kind of where the road ends in terms of your hands in it, whatever this is, whether it's a creative project, a business, a relationship. You've invested a lot of time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it's time to pass the torch. You're ready to take on a new legacy, a new project, a new pathway, and you're feeling really good about it. Oh wow, we have the Six of Cups here with the growth card. And so with this too, I feel like you're getting back into more like childlike play. It could also be like you're reconciling certain things from the past, like you're seeing everything else that you weren't seeing before, and realizing that maybe, hey, I've done this, I've achieved this, and this, and now I'm ready for something different. I want to reignite my sense of adventure, my sense of play, be able to really dream up something new. Dream. Dream. Anywho, but it's like you're in this space of harmony, and it's like, okay, what do I do with this? You build with it. You build from a place of stability, a place of harmony. And then we have the High Priestess with dreams and trust. So yeah, you may not have talked much about this with people. I'm also getting that, again, kind of going back to your intuition being on high right now, on high. I feel like you're getting a lot of messages. You've been really putting in the work, gaining a lot of knowledge about who you are, who you find yourself to be, how others see you, and recognizing ways in which to fully create a consistent lifestyle for yourself. It may have been a lot of stop and go. There may have been a lot of things that you've kind of had to tie up loose ends with, but it's like you're entering a new gateway into the unknown, and you're able to reconcile a lot of things that at one point felt unknown to you just because you didn't have the right perspective or openness of heart in order to accept whatever information was there, accept whatever perspectives, relationships, what have you, were present for you. So yeah, here we go. And then we have the Ten of Cups here with peace and stability. So this feels really good. It's all about security. Things are going well. It almost feels like this High Priestess has moved on, and carried on more like household duties here. And so it's like you could be doing more stuff around the home, spending more time at home. I mean, granted, and everything that's going on, but it's like your focus is on the home. Your focus is on nurturing and caring and loving, and doing so without having to expect anything in return. Maybe you've been extremely transactional up until this point, or have been around people who kind of act that way. And I feel like you're really picking and choosing your relationships a lot more carefully now. And it's important to recognize that and pat yourself on the back. I feel like before you've had a really hard time. I did drop some cards here. Whew. Oh dear. Hold on 1 second. Working in a kind of a tight space. I do want to pick up these cards there are 3 of them that fell, but only 2 of them were actually flipped over. So what I'm feeling here is that you had a really difficult time giving or receiving love. And actually admiring it and seeing it for what it is. Maybe you were unable to recognize another's love language, or fully recognize and show up for others who have put in a lot of loving investment and care into something with you. And so they may have felt a little out of the cold. While I still feel very like you're very kind of independent and on your own in this space, you're preparing yourself to be able to recognize those things in others and to perhaps show up better for them. But first you need to do that for yourself, I'm thinking. Yeah, some type of personal investment here. Yeah. And so those cards that flipped over, we have the Five of Cups and the Queen of Cups reversed. So finding those solutions to those places that feel less than loving, or where you've been less than loving. Yeah, because I feel like there was a bit of a coldness here, and I'm getting a little bit of a feeling of like stoicism, not feeling super emotional in some areas, like it's coming in waves to a certain degree. It's like you've been in hibernation, or at least the way that you felt like you've been living almost feels kind of like you're in hibernation, and you were really taking it slow. It's going to take a while for you to really ramp up this energy and make it kind of your home, But I feel like you're doing rather well, but there's still some pruning that's going to take place. And here with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm feeling like that's going to take place over time as well, whether it's happening on your account or just happening naturally, because I feel like they're new fields to sow, seeds, new lands to explore, new kind of lands or territories to navigate and to invest in here. But the thing is, I feel like what is kind of being resisted here is maybe that you might want to do something completely different than what you're used to, or go about it in a new way, and that may be creating some resistance. And so by you investing in yourself right now, you're allowing yourself to really build up the potential to make these things happen and to feel good about them. All right, so with this Ten of Cups, we also have the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, both reversed. So here what I'm thinking is you're not quite ready to leave this space right now. It's been kind of an anchor for you, and it's allowed you the capacity to get really tuned in to your guides, to your spirit team, to all of the higher aspects of being. And it's a place of security. It feels safe. It's allowed you the space to feel secure. But right now, things are kind of at a low, I feel. And that's kind of causing this need to get oneself in a place of humbled self-love and self-care and reevaluation of the emotional body, as well as, you may know a lot, but how do you deliver the message? How do you move forward with that information? What type of energy do you project out into the world? And how does it come back to you in kind? And here underneath we have the Hanged Man. And so you may feel a little stuck right now, and that's fine, because you're learning how to adopt a new perspective, kind of getting into this place of illumination through this transitional time that may feel a little unstable. It's also a bit of like sacrifice and kind of a change in essence, change in form somehow. Things that were once there are shifting, which can naturally make us nervous as human beings. But all in all, like you wouldn't have ever been able to reassess these things or bring them up to light. And here, kind of warning you, here is the Seven of Swords reversed. So making sure that you're not planning for the worst case scenario, and that you're not planning at all. You're just kind of doing things as they come. I feel like now is not the time quite yet to make a decision, because you've got to go fight some battles first. And I don't want to say that to scare you, but there are just some things that are going to have to come up. There's going to be, again, that transitional energy, which can feel chaotic. It can feel a bit jumbled, but all in all, it's good. It's that pruning that I was talking about earlier. And so, yeah, we've got a fair amount of cups on the table, a few pentacles, few wands, yeah, we kind of have a good amount of everything, but mainly cups. So focusing on the energy that's there, moving with that, paying attention to the rhythm, to the flow. I apologize. My video timed out for some reason, which is interesting. So yeah, I feel like that was for a reason. Because it was interesting. I checked it and it was like, even though it was still recording, it just kind of stopped. I was frozen. And then I looked at the video and it was blacked out. So, what I'm thinking is void, potential, pay attention to the potential of what could be happening and not just to what is happening. So, really looking beyond the material, really looking beyond things as they appear to be and looking deeper into them, realizing that these things are moving and shifting, not in order to punish you, but to offer you a new type of space, something that I feel like is more mobile, more movable, something that could put you more in the virtual space. Also something that I feel like is a little bit more creative, a little more free flowing, which could be something that you desire at this time, which is something that I really started to feel come up big time with this Knight of Pentacles energy. And so it's like, enjoy the rest and the stillness while you can, because we're about to enter a new energy entirely. But again, with all of the cups, paying attention to the flow of energy, being really mindful of that, only making decisions when it's absolutely necessary and not getting ahead of yourself or getting ahead of circumstances. All right. Because working through that and working with the anticipation of something will cause you to go off track. So pay attention to that. But anyways, that is all I have for you for this mid-February check-in. Please feel free to check out all of the goodies down in the description box. Feel free to book a reading with me. If you enjoyed this reading, consider donating. I love that. Also, check out my course that I'm starting here soon. It's going to start off on the 23rd. You can go at your own pace, drop in any time. There's no commitment. It's all a subscription-based offering. So give that a look when you can. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you in March. Bye.